Hi Scrappers, this is Tom from the iScrap app. Today is Wednesday, March 14th, 2018. We hope everyone's been doing well. Unfortunately, we're not doing another live episode this week. This is pre-recorded. We had a couple of things going on, but we are recording this earlier on Wednesday the 14th. We hope that everyone's been doing well, enjoying some of these metal prices. We'll continue to talk about some of the tariffs in the upcoming weeks. We know that people continue to have questions about how the steel and the aluminum tariffs are really going to affect the scrap market. But we've talked to multiple people, and a lot of people are still undecided on how it's going to affect things. We know that in the last week, from the tariffs originally being introduced to today, we've seen that there are going to be no tariffs for steel and aluminum coming from the Mexican and the Canadian markets, so that should help, a little bit of the pricing that's going to be going on going forward. But again, we're still in a wait and see mode. A lot of people think that because these tariffs are going to cause some of the metal prices to go up, some of the goods and products that would be coming into the country are now going to go up, negating some of the potential tax savings that we got with the new tax cuts, because things are going to be a little more expensive to bring in because of the laws kind of making them. But we're not sure if it's just going to be on raw materials yet, if it's just going to be on new cold rolled steel, so it might not affect products pricing. So we're in a lot of a wait and see mode, so we'll keep you in tune to that, and we'll continue to research that as we kind of go on. But in the last week, the copper prices have been relatively stable. Today they're up about 4 or 5 cents, which is a nice thing. Overall, we've seen them jump about 6 cents over the last 5 or 6 days since we spoke last. But again, that market has been doing a little up and down with the same 5 to 7 cents up and down over the last few weeks. So we're really waiting to see where it's going to kind of stabilize. We read one report saying that they think that copper is going to be dropping another 30 to 40 cents a pound later this year after the summer hits. But again, a lot of these people write things, and it's so hard to predict what's going to happen outside world events, where there's going to be large demands for things, where there might be a bit of a lack of supply that'll force prices up, or an overabundance of supply which will force prices down. So a lot of these things people can only predict so much without being in a wait and see and actually have happen mode. So we're just going to stay tuned to that as well. We've seen the steel prices jump, and we've seen them jump about $15 per ton over the last 3 or 4 weeks overall. That has been a price that we've seen go right across the board, up $5 a ton roughly the last 3 weeks, and those prices have already gotten implemented into scrap yards, with light iron prices being reported anywhere from $110 to $170 per ton. Some yards we've seen having unprepared prices in the $160 to $240 per ton range. So these steel prices are really at a very strong level. We're hoping to see them jump another $20 to $30 per ton in the next month or so. But don't forget, we don't want those super aggressive jumps. Even though that's nice if you go to cash in for today, you might not be thinking about tomorrow. Let's have a nice, slow, gradual climb. That's what we want to see happen. Go up, level off. Go up, level off. That's what will lead to long-term sustainability in the pricing, which will lead to better pricing, which will lead to a more stable market. Will give you a much better return on your money long-term, especially, when I say return on your money, return on your time, return on your effort, return on your metals. Those are the things that all get factored into it. So hopefully that will continue to grow as the weeks come, towards the end of the first quarter, and then we start to attack the second and third quarters of 2018. With a lot of questions, with a lot of things going on, we're continuing to research, we're continuing to read. We're hoping that in the next 6 months to have more information about the electronics market. We're talking to more people, we're attending more conferences, we're reading more articles, we're doing more market research to learn where the electronics market is going, as well as where the insulated copper wire market is going. It's not as easy as cut and dry, open up a book. There's no farmer's almanac for scrap. People think that they can predict things and how companies can predict things is beyond me unless they control the entire market, and that's called a monopoly. We know that that's not legal in the U.S., so it's really hard to get a good grasp on how things are going to go. But guys, this is Tom from the iScrap app. Today is Wednesday, March 14th, 2018. We will continue to monitor the metal tariffs. We will continue to monitor the copper markets. We will continue to watch, see what's going on with the overall supply and demand, not just in the U.S., but in the world. If you have questions for us, please comment below. If you have more questions for us, email us at info@iscrapapp.com. But until next week, I'll scrap you later.